Well, what's up, everybody, man? It's Fred, FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports. And what is this video about today? This video is about the Saints. But I'm not here to just talk about the team and the record and how great of a performance that it was on Monday Night Football, the dramatic game between them and the Houston Texans. I'm here to talk about something a little bit more in depth. And what I'm here to talk about is the Saints got to be the best audience amongst all NFL teams. Yes, I said it. The Saints are the best audience amongst all NFL teams. They have surpassed everyone. They are must-see TV. Now, I ain't say they generate the most money, but they do have the best audience. And the facts will here prove it. See, watching this Monday Night Football game in these big-time performances games, it somehow seems that when the Saints play, ratings increase. Yeah, I said it, the ratings increase. See, let's go back a little in time. Let's go back to about 2010, where when the NFL was increasingly popular, but their most highest rated game was the Super Bowl. And the most highest rated Super Bowl was back in 1983, where it had over 100 million, viewers watch that game. But you know what happened in February of 2010? The NFL eclipsed and beat its previous benchmark of a Super Bowl. Who was in the game? The New Orleans Saints. They played the Colts that year. Y'all remember that game. They beat the Indianapolis Colts for the Super Bowl. And since then, since that game, the Saints, since that game, the NFL every year eclipsed that Saints record. They got better and better and better. People tuned in more to the Super Bowl because they finally beat the benchmark. They finally beat the game that they found to eclipse. And they did that up to 2015. The 2016 Super Bowl viewership dropped. 2017 viewership dropped. 2018 viewership dropped. 2019 viewership dropped. Matter of fact, so many primetime games in the NFL, like Monday Night Football, which we just previously watched, opening night, the numbers were dropping. What a coincidence. This previous Monday Night Football game with the Saints and the Houston Texans, the NFL saw a spike in numbers. Last year, they had the Lions and the Jets in that game. The Saints spiked those numbers over 19%. The Saints and Texans game. They were up 19% from the previous year. I know some of you are thinking, man, maybe the Saints don't have a bigger audience than the Patriots. They don't have a bigger audience than Dallas. I'm not saying they don't have a bigger market. Obviously, there's probably more people in Boston. There's probably more people in Dallas. There's clearly more people in Los Angeles and New York. But they don't have the biggest audience. The biggest audience belongs to the Saints. And it's Who Dat Nation. Sunday Night Football, the Patriots were primetime against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They won 33-3. No Antonio Brown was on that team. Did they increase their numbers? Did they spike the numbers as far as the audience, as far as attendance, as far as viewership? No. They only increased it 3% from the previous opening Sunday night game. Why is that? Because they don't have the biggest audience. Think about last year's Super Bowl. Matter of fact, think about the past 3 Super Bowls. The Patriots have been in all 3 of them. And the numbers for the Super Bowl as far as attendance and viewership is starting to drop. They're not the biggest audience. Again, it took the Saints in the Super Bowl to finally eclipse a 19% 83 record. The Saints are the biggest audience. Some would think it's the Cowboys. They may generate the most revenue. That's the biggest audience. It's the New Orleans Saints, man. And this is probably started back, when in 2005, well, really 2006, when we finally, the Saints finally got back to New Orleans after a Hurricane Katrina. And we had that magnificent game against the Atlanta Falcons. Prime time. And we beat the Atlanta Falcons. It may have started that trend then. I know this is a very culture city. And I know a lot of fans are starting to tune into, what New Orleans has become since that devastating, natural disaster. But since then, baby, the Saints have been the #1 team to watch. When they're on TV, when you want to watch the New Orleans Saints with Drew Brees and some of the weapons that he's have done, Sean Payton and the culture have changed. Must see TV. I honestly would believe that the Saints were in last year's Super Bowl, they would have broke the record for the most attendance as far as Super Bowls, as far as audience. Look at this year's preseason numbers. The Saints have the most viewers preseason. I know some of y'all think preseason don't mean. For their audience, it does. The most watched games for this year's preseason was the Saints. I know your favorite team may be Dallas. I know your favorite team may be the Patriots. It may be the Eagles, Green Bay, Pittsburgh. But they no longer have the #1 audience. They're not competing with the Saints for the #1 audience viewership. Last year's Super Bowl numbers have dropped dramatically. Why? A big reason was the New Orleans Saints audience didn't watch. Start paying attention to the Saints, man. Start paying attention to this Who Dat Nation, man. It's a big deal. That's my video, man. Listen, hit that subscribe button. When we come out another video, man, don't forget to check out our show each and every Thursday. Each and every Thursday, if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, 6 to 8 p.m., check out FanView Live, man. Real fans talk sports. Catch y'all later.